Everyone has heard about Atlantis, but did you know that there is something similar in the Soviet Union which actually happened? Just imagine Atlantis, but more Slavic, more vodka, more Adidas. Well, if we zoom in on this river basin here in northwestern Russia, it's north of Moscow and east of St. Petersburg, we meet with this river basin. It's pretty big, like it looks almost like a lake. You got Lagduga and Onega, the biggest lakes in Europe. And this thing is also very impressive. The Mologa River here, beginning of the Volga River, which I think is the biggest river in Russia. But you see the Volga River goes all the way down here. From the outside, nothing seems wrong. It's just Russia, people drink vodka, people fight bears and stuff and do Russian stuff, you know? And it's a big river basin. Right next to it is the city of Rybinsk. As I said before, this river up here is called Mologa. Well, we are also looking for another place also called Mologa. And if we look down here, you'll see, wait a minute. Here is a place called Mologa. What is this? What is this thing? You zoom in a little bit. This right here, Mologa, same name as the river which is feeding this basin, is the Russian Atlantis, essentially, or the Soviet Atlantis, because that's the time when this city disappeared and is now, it's completely covered by water. Look at this. There is nothing here. There's no street view, or to be fair, it wouldn't even be street view. It would be like Aquaman view or Subnautica view at this point. There's nothing here. You can't see anything, but there used to be a city here. To be fair, there is a restaurant called Ryba, which means a fish in Russian. The only one who could put up a restaurant in that location is like, Mr. Krabs. He has opened a new chain of like a Russian Krusty Krabs. Actually, I said something wrong. This river up here isn't actually the Mologa. I realized this is a different river which also comes into this river basin. The Mologa actually is in this area. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're not talking about the river here. We're talking about the city of Mologa. This is kind of good overview of the entire thing. Here's the Mologa River which comes here, which gives the name of the place we're looking for, which is located down here essentially. Here we got Rybinsk, where the Volga begins. And finally, now I got to see what the name of this thing is called. It's called the Rybinsk reservoir. Like when I zoomed in on Google Earth, it didn't say what the name of this place is, like it usually does when it's a lake. So good to see. Rybinsk reservoir named after Rybinsk. Makes a lot of sense. How did this river just like completely eat up this city? How did this disappear? Well, let's start from the beginning and read some about it. So the good thing about Google Earth is that you can simply often just click on one link and you instantly get taken to the place's Wikipedia page. So the city began its existence in the 12th century, and then, a lot of stuff happens here with a different type of people fighting over it and blah blah blah. That's not interesting. We're skipping the Middle Ages. We're gonna skip here to 1935, where Mologa was ordered to be flooded. Wait a minute, what? Ordered? Huh? What do you mean ordered? That's crazy. Okay, I haven't read about the story yet fully. My suspicion, Stalin, 1945, he might be involved. He's kind of renowned in Soviet history for doing kind of goofy stuff towards his own people. So Mologa and the surrounding area here had a population of 130,000 people. But they all had to be evacuated forcefully by the government in the Soviet Union because of this. The expansion of this hydraulic dam, which obviously, it's a water power plant. It's there to generate energy. So Stalin wanted to expand this in order to generate more energy. But as a consequence of the expansion of this dam, the water levels in this basin increased drastically. And as a result of this expansion of this dam, Mologa was completely submerged by the river. 130,000 people had to be evacuated from the area. But 300 people decided that they wanted to stay. They refused the government's request to leave their hometown. And as a consequence, they drowned because of the flooding. So they even have raised a monument for the 300 people that died here. Apparently in the 90s, the water level of the Rybinsk reservoir decreased with 1.5 meters. Because the water level decreased so much, it allowed for a lot of historians to see a lot of new stuff that you couldn't see now. Such as church buildings sticking out of the water were now visible almost 80 years later after the increase in the water level. This is the old coat of arms of the city of Mologa, shot from the sky as you can see. Oh man, this is a picture of Mologa, what it looks like before it was flooded. Here's a picture, 1910. This is traditional like Orthodox Russian church buildings. And here's a picture of 1941. where you see the church buildings are starting to get submerged. 2014, some of the old inhabitants which had to forcefully leave, they even went back because now that the water levels went down, they were able to see some of the old houses which they lived in. Imagine how insane that would be, that like your hometown would just completely disappear underneath water, and then like decades later you return, and then it's like you can see your old house who has been like beneath water for such a long time. That must be like really shocking. Imagine this house I'm sitting in right now, it would just get flooded, and then I would just like have to come back decades later and see. That would be unreal. And here's one of the church buildings just like sticking out of the water, and it's completely destroyed, man. And also, I think what this is like a monument they built to like remember the sunken city. And here, yeah, here's another one. Oh yeah, look at this picture. Here's also lost town of Mologa, Russia. It was founded in the 12th century and fully submerged in water, 1941. Bro, Stalin was really passionate about building his power plants, man. Like, come on, dude. Can people just chill and drink vodka? You know, have a nice day, do some Slav squatting and, I don't know, Cossack dancing, and I don't know what Russian people do, listen to hard bass. But no, they had to be submerged by the water. Ah, man, not cool, Stalin, not cool. Bro was not chill at all. Since we now kind of know how Mologa used to look like and how it disappeared, why it disappeared, where it is, let's try to like look around a little bit in the area. I mean, Mologa is supposed to be somewhere in that area. I see a boat and everything. This looks pretty nice place. Whoa, cool little pole. Someone has a bike. Wait, where am I? Bro, am I in space? What is this? Oh, it's just a photo. Oh yeah, it's a night photo. I'm stupid. Okay, let me see. There's no drone shot. I feel like, wouldn't it be cool if they did a drone shot like just above the area? You saw all those like destroyed churches sticking out of the water. That would be a pretty cool drone shot if they did that right above that. Here's like a drone shot. Let's see if, or maybe it's a boat or something. Let's see what. Oh yeah, it's a boat. Man, why are they taking pictures when it's this dark outside? You can barely see anything. I've been looking at so many like abandoned places in like Siberia that look absolutely awful lately. So this actually looks pretty good. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, finally we're at a nice looking spot in Russia. This looks good. I mean, since we can't really see that much alongside Mologa itself, let's try to look at like the actual dam which ended up destroying the city. So let's go to the exact dam. Ooh. Damn, what a dam. Our hydraulic dams in Sweden don't look this. Like, we usually don't have like a massive building on top of it. Pretty nice looking place. I mean, this is a pretty nice looking place. Like, it looks pretty beautiful. You could probably fish something here. Can I move forward here? Yeah, I can. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, it's an okay looking dam, I guess. What we are looking at right now is the reason why Mologa disappeared. This thing increased the water levels in this river basin, which made the city flood. That's insane. You know, I was searching for Mologa monument, but I don't think, because I heard there was one, but I can't really find anything. This is the only thing that showed up when I searched for Mologa monument. It's just called Mother Volga. Man, they even kept the hammer and sickle and everything. I mean, this is a really aura statue, to be fair. It looks pretty cool. And then it's like looking over this view. This is actually a pretty cool location. I mean, not bad. I mean, let's see if there's anything interesting here in Rybinsk, because this is the city where most people that escaped from Mologa had to relocate after it flooded. So we could see if there's anything interesting here. Sovietskaya Erona. I think that's, I don't know if that's correct pronunciation. I mean, this looks like it's some type of museum. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is definitely looking Soviet. Bro, this looks creepy. What is going on here? Okay, nah, I'm not visiting this place. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Big, here's some type of like monument. Ooh, man, this is a cool looking monument actually. What? Yeah, and some type of like tank. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man, look at this monument. The guy's back. He has been doing a lot of pull-ups, I can tell. He's holding like a propeller from a plane, probably World War II or something. Yeah, this is how it looks from the front. This is actually pretty cool. One thing I gotta give Russia credit on is at least they're really good at making cool looking monuments. Well, this is like so aura, man. This is aura farming like crazy. And then they got this like artillery, and this is probably people that died during World War II. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Dodo Pizza, bro. I've heard about this place. It's like, this is like the biggest pizzeria in Russia. It's called Dodo Pizza. Like, what in the... Who came up with that name? Here it is, Dodo Pizza. Alright, sure. Oh, look, it says Samolot. That means airplane in Russian. Oh, yeah, what? Bro, I just said it earlier. Man, why is Russia so good at building like really cool looking monuments? Like, this is just insane aura farming. Like, whoever came up with this is just like the goat. Like, bro, this city, Rybinsk, has so many cool looking monuments, man. That's really cool. Oh, yo, pause, look at that. That's a really cool Soviet mosaic as well. Man, these mosaics are actually really cool as well. I think that depicts that like Mother Volga statue we looked at earlier as well. That's pretty awesome, bro. It's just like a airplane in the middle of the city. Not bad, not bad. Musei, this type of museum. I do read a little bit of Cyrillic, a little bit. I'm not. Wait. Pause. I just saw something. Look at this. You see what I'm seeing? This is the Mologa symbol. The old symbol for Mologa, which isn't in use anymore. So this museum maybe has something to do with, yes, look at this. Here's a map of the basin. And it even says here on the map, Mologa. You see, it says Mologa. And whoa, this actually, this probably like maybe depicts like the water level rise or something. And here's some other, yeah, here, this probably is a museum which kind of talks about like, wait. I'm gonna read the entire thing. Musei this is an L, Mologsogo. Like, I think this probably has something to do with Mologa. If I'm not mistaken, it might be something completely different. But I think it has something to do with that. Man, I just found that completely on accident. I'm so happy that I looked around here in the city after stuff like that. I didn't think, oh, and here we got another cool looking museum with a lynx. I actually saw a lynx like maybe a month ago. I just ran into it in the woods in Lapland. And here we got the bear, of course, is Russian. We got the hog. I've just noticed the Russians, they just love spamming museums for some reason. Wait a minute. This guy looks like Alfred Nobel. Wait, it is! Look, it says Musei Bratiev Nobeli. Like Nobel, like Alfred Nobel. He's like a famous guy in Sweden. He's the guy who invented the Nobel Prize as well as the guy who invented dynamite. Why do they have a painting of him here? That's a bit random, but alright, sure, I'll take it. Sweden mentioned. Sweden mentioned. Cool old pictures or how it used to be like here, like a sled and stuff. Wait. Pause. Hold on, wait a second. Why is there a Sweden flag here? There's literally a Sweden flag here. Now I just have to go here. It's done. It's done. Why is there a Sweden flag here? It doesn't make any sense. Musei Bratiev Nobeli, some type of Nobel museum. That's crazy. What? Wouldn't be surprised. That's pretty cool. Huh. Man, that was so random. Like, what are the odds that I just stumble upon like Nobel and like a Sweden flag in like a random Russian museum? That's really weird. Bro, what is it with Russians? They just love cool monuments. Wait, pause. Monument to Ludwig Nobel. What? Wait, what? Wait, I'm really confused. Wait, I gotta Google this. I gotta search up who Ludwig Nobel is. Pause. Wait a minute, how in the world did I just discover this? How did I cook so hard that I discovered Ludwig Emanuel Nobel? I have never heard about this. A Swedish-Russian engineer, a notable businessman and humanitarian. One of the most prominent members of the Nobel family. He was the son of Emanuel Nobel, also an engineering pioneer, and the older brother of Alfred Nobel. Wait, pause. Why have I never heard of this? I've never heard of this guy. What? With his brother Robert, he operated Brannobel, an oil company in Baku in Azerbaijan, which at one point produced 50% of the world's oil. Why has no one told me about this? This is so cool lore, which I'm just discovering here now. Guys, this is why you have to be autistic and look around on Google Earth, because you find gems like this. I have no clue about this. He is credited with creating the Russian oil industry. What? Bro, Ludwig Nobel built the largest fortune of any of the Nobel brothers and was one of the world's richest men. Following the Bolshevik Revolution, the communists confiscated Nobel's vast fortune in Russia. That is insane. I had never heard of this. I don't even know that Alfred Nobel had a brother. Nonetheless, that he was such an insane hustler and was just like constantly digging oil in the Russian Empire. Oh man, a bit unfortunate that the cringe Bolsheviks decided to kick him out of the Russian Empire. Ludwig Nobel invented oil tankers and better refinery pipelines. Before the 1880s, the United States was Russia's teacher in most aspects of the oil business, but the roles were reversed. in some aspects by Nobel. What? And they just have like a random museum of him there. That's really cool. I've never heard about that Alfred Nobel had a brother called Ludwig Nobel who was born in Stockholm. He went to Russia and started a oil business. And here's just like a casual statue of the guy. Guys, I just have to go to Rybinsk now. I swear, one time in my life, I have to head to Rybinsk and like film when I'm standing in front of this like Ludwig Nobel statue. That is just so cool. I had no clue. And that's also what this museum about him was about as well. Wow, that is actually really awesome. If it wasn't cool enough, they have some type of like a Viking ship like monument stuff here as well. And like this old, like also this looks pretty Norse. This is like some type of like thing from the Middle Ages recreated building. I know a lot of like Norse people from Sweden. They went down using the Volga River down to the Black Sea. So I wouldn't be surprised if this area has a lot of like history from the Viking Age. Anyway guys, that was an awesome video looking for the Soviet Atlantis called Mologa. And also a really cool discovery for me looking around in Rybinsk, finding the story about Nobel's brother. Man, in the future I might as well head to Rybinsk at one point, because just to look at all of that cool Nobel stuff. Anyway, if you like this video, check out another one. I'll see you.